Let's get perspective. Rabbi Moshe Hauer is set to testify before Congress tomorrow at a hearing titled Confronting the Scourge of Anti-Semitism on Campus. His organization, Orthodox Union, is a co-sponsor of the March for Israel happening tomorrow on the National Mall in Washington. You and I were watching that together. This is quite a journey we're on.
It is. It's a frightening journey. It's a journey that we never thought we would travel on these shores in the United States of America and the land of liberty. Never.
How do you intend to describe and to change perspectives on the National Mall tomorrow? You've got a huge focus there. You've got a big microphone, a big perch there. What is the goal?
To project the voice of the Jewish people of the State of Israel, which is a voice of peace, a voice that seeks and pursues life in everything that it does. Yes, even in those horrific pictures from Gaza, those horrific pictures of destruction, there isn't a bomb which is dropped to kill. Everything which is done to save. We are a nation which is completely, obsessively pursuing peace. And we need to pursue the peace and the safety of our people.
You know, I'm sure you're seeing this on social media, Rabbi, that there are people now among those in Gaza who are speaking out. And some are able to get out some videos as they go south and they get towards some resources and cell towers toward Egypt. And I'm wondering, when they say they blame the Hamas terrorists, are their voices even heard? Are they alone in all of this? Are they being drowned out by what people want them to say and want them to believe?
I think they are. I think there are many of those voices. We don't believe that the Palestinian people at large, that this is their wish. Too few have been able to speak out. Too few have chosen to speak out, to project those voices. When the leader of the Palestinian Authority is afraid to hold elections and is in his 22nd year of a 4-year term because he's afraid of the vote for Hamas, that gives plenty of pause.
Wow.
But we know that there are voices, there are meaningful voices that can't stand the suppression, that can't stand the hatred, and those voices need to be elevated, and ultimately those need to be the voices. It's just going to take time. It's going to take a generation at least.
I'm so grateful to have you here and to maybe lead us through with a little faith now. What do you say to those who want to kill you and you wear, I don't know, maybe you don't describe it as a burden to be at peace with this, to turn the other cheek, to borrow biblically. You know, you need to have a ceasefire, Israel does, so that people can pass. I mean, how much of that responsibility do you say yes?
We won't turn the other cheek when it comes to safety and when it comes to defeating evil. If we turn the other cheek, then they are here. Then they will destroy everywhere in the world. It is not a value of ours to do that against an active threat, against a personal insult. We can turn the other cheek against something which will then encroach, threaten, and do what they did on October 7th. Unspeakable acts of brutality. We have to stand, and we have to stand firm, and we have to stand strong. We have no hesitation about that as people of faith.
What do you want Congress to do after you leave those Capitol Hill steps tomorrow?
We want Congress, first of all, to continue in its very strong support of Israel, to defend itself, to not question the moral caliber of the State of Israel, the humanitarian chops of the State of Israel. Israel is dedicated to humanitarian goodness and to kindness. We want Congress and we want everyone in the world, when they speak about humanitarianism, to spend 3 minutes speaking about the hostages first and foremost, to speak about the horror of hostages taken, elderly people, children, before they start speaking about safe passages, which the Israelis are busy doing and creating and sitting and calculating how they can minimize damage. Speak about the hostages.
That's right.
We want that. And finally, we want them to come away with a commitment to make America again free of anti-Semitism, to make the anti-Semitism that is exploding off of our university campuses, places of higher education that seem to be failing at basic values, to make them safe places, friendly places for Jews and for everyone.
Rabbi Moore, thank you. Rabbi Hauer, I want to say that the hostage conversation continues here on the Faulkner Focus every day, but we need to keep the posters up. And that is a huge point of contention across this country. But we'll cover every step of the way.
We're grateful to you. Thank you.
Thank you for being here.